Okay, let's now continue on this problem. Um we have already looked into some parameters in the NSCP provision. So these are the seismic parameters that we need for us to be able to use the guideline, the seismic code guideline on lateral force procedure. The distance is assumed to be, I think, napalitan ito, no? So we'll change this. So this is not 25. We'll check it later there on the given. The seismic source type is A. The soil profile type is 3 or C. Okay. The 1, 2, 3 means 4, 5 is the same as A, B, C, D, E. Okay. F is very poor soil, so we do not consider F. So seismic zone factor is 0.4. So those are the things we need to know before we solve for the other parameters. So the occupancy factor is 1 and R is 8.5. Okay, so let's take a look at seismic type A. I think the source type is equal to 2 kilometers. So if I use 2 kilometers here, my distance is 2 kilometers. So I will be using 1.5. Okay, for NA. So NA is 1.5. And then for NV, so this is now 2.0. Okay, so that will be my value. Okay, for your CA and CV, since I have a tree soil profile type at zone 4, so this is 0.40 of NA, which is 1.5. Okay, so I think this is 0.6. So this becomes your CA. And your CV is 0.56 of NV, which is 2. So this is 1.12, okay, for your CV. So those are the uh, parameters we are going to use. And of course, your occupancy is already given to be, it's either a standard or a special occupancy, but the main thing is your I becomes 1.0. Okay, so let's take a look at the control periods. If I have here my CA and CV given, I can solve for TS. So TS is equal to CV over 2.5 CA. I get 0.747. And my TO is 0.20 of TS. I get a 0.149. Okay. So my T1, T2, and T3 is based on the omega that I have computed a while ago. So omega 1, omega 2, omega 3. So I just convert it to get your T1 over Ts, T2 over Ts, and T3 over Ts, which is 0.5, 181, and 127. And then take a look at this SA1G, SA2G, and SA3G. So these are now the spectral acceleration in terms of a normalized acceleration G. So we just look into a T over Ts here, which is 0.5. So 0.5 I think is here. So my graph here is 2.5 times CA is 0.6. So I get here, I think 1.5. Tama ba? Okay. And then a 0.181, 0.181, somewhere here I get here, this middle here, and then a 0.127. It's difficult, okay? It's difficult to get in the graph. So you have to use a program. So I use a program which I will show later para makita nyo paano ko nakuha yung 1.414 and 1.173. Okay? You can approximate it here. So 0.181 is mga ano ito, no? 1, that's 1, 2, 3. So this is around 2.7 CA. I don't know if I am correct. And this is 0.127 siguro is no 0.181 is already 2, 1, 2, not 2.7 but 2.20 CA. Here is 1.7, 1.8 CA. Okay, something like that. Okay, 2 point. Okay, anyway, the program will give you accurately these two values here. And knowing the values of SAG, you just use this formula. So take a look at the formula for static force procedure. F, not F, but base shear is actually CVI over R W. Okay, so this is CVI over R. So your T, CVI over R, your T is actually carried by this here, this formula. Or simply 1 over T. Okay, so this is how you do it. Okay, so you tabulate it using the weight, CVI over R. We know that this CV is, what's the value of CV? 1.12 1.12 times 1.0 over 8.5. So that's the value there. And then this is gamma, no? So this is the participation factor gamma J. And this is a phi ice. Okay? So this is phi1 for, phi3 for the third okay, so this is your phi1, your phi2, and this is your phi3. Okay, and then this is again phi1, phi2, phi3. So simply this is phi 3J, okay, Phi2J, and Phi1J. Okay, so take a look. 0085. Let's look into the Phis here. Gamma. Ayan. This is the Phi. I1, the Phi I2, and the Phi I3. Okay, so 85, 69, 39. So if you look at this part here in the computation, that is 85, 69, 39. Okay, 73, 30, 84, and 45, 82, 63. Okay, so those are the Phi-ij's. So Saj over G is given as computed or as obtained from the graph, 1.514141173. So we just type it there. Okay, 321, 321, 321. And then multiply all the rows from the weight to the Sajg, you get these Fij's, and get the square root of the sum of the squares, you get this. Okay, therefore your base shear is simply the sum of these three, F1 plus F2 plus F3, equal to your base shear P. Okay, so we need to compare that and scale it up with the static force, and the code gives us a scale factor. So this is an NSCP requirement that the dynamic forces must be scaled up to a factor of 90%, and the scale up factor is computed by the formula 90 over V dynamic over V static times 100, where V dynamic is the base shear using dynamic lateral force procedure, and the V static is the base shear using the static lateral force procedure. So note that it is presumed that the static lateral force procedure has been discussed prior to the presentation of this lecture, which I already discussed on the video prior to this one. Okay, so thank you, and if there are questions, you may raise your queries.